And we are back. Yo me voy a arreglar mis cosas en mi cuarto en un rato, en como 45 minutos. Y si quieres, después puedo sitiarlo, pero más antes. No, más tarde. ¿Está bien?
Es, lo que voy a bajar a lavar es el baño, pero entonces en lo que esté terminado lo puedo lavar por el cuarto de la chica.
Ya, sí.
Para que no les quede ahí.
Perfecto. También tengo mi heladería en el techo, en la terraza. Pero yo lo recojo, no te preocupes. Yo lo hago,
De
¿no?
todas formas, si la veo seca, se la bajo.
Sí, muchas gracias. Muy amable. Muy amable. Alrighty. Sorry guys, messed up the intro. Just have the wonderful woman that is providing us with cleaning. Um, just that's why I had to share some things. Anywho, welcome back to another live session. The last live did some really good numbers, got a lot of great feedback and comments, so I figured I would try and recreate that today. So the concept is simple. Oh, we did get actually. I remember in the last live, I got some questions that I can actually start with. But in the meantime, guys, feel free to ask me new questions. On obviously, that is the whole idea. I will answer them as well as I possibly can. But I remember some people posting questions on the last live. Trying to find them. Okay. Let's see if there's any new questions so far. No? So I'll start with. So Liesel asked me, boom, 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 boom. How do you keep moving forward and stay motivated when it seems like your life is not going at the same pace as everyone else's? I love that question. Thank you so much, Liesel. That is an absolutely great question. I want to start off by saying that as it pertains to success in life and making it to the top or making it in general, or being, like successful, and I have found that it is everything but linear. And I kind of am a firm believer in the saying, the turtle won the race, the snail won the race, because I have found in my personal experience, all the people that I know that used to be like super popular and on top in their teenage years, I actually believe that's about the worst that can happen to you. If you're in high school and you're the popular guy or girl, you're the prom queen, you're the prom king, you're the football jock, throwing the ball in the hallway with the jacket with letters on it, all that type of stuff, you are going to be in for a rough ride because you're actually being set up to fail. Because life is not preparing those people for adversity because they've had it all given to them because they're good looking because they happen to be good at a sport at the age of 16 or 17. But then voila, real life ensues, and now they have nothing to fall back on, no prior experience. In comparison, just look into the background and the upbringing of like most successful entrepreneurs, even musicians or actors. Like you'll find that many times those were the ones that got bullied in school. Like look at even like people that got like a really good physique. Like why did they start going to the gym? Because they felt scrawny and insecure. They got bullied. They couldn't get no girls. Like if your life sucks in your teenage years, and I know this is not what you want to hear right now, but I promise you, Like that's actually a good thing. It is to survive. If you can overcome that, and if you can just do your job of staying alive, like that's all you gotta do. You just gotta make it through. Find a way to just stay alive through that very hard time. You already know what life is about. You already know how messed up life can get. You already have that mental fortitude. So everything else, and I'm speaking from experience, like everything after that is gonna feel light. It's like imagine, try to. I like to make the analogy with the gym. If your first exercise is a deadlift or a squat or a super heavy bench press, right? Like if you're getting bullied, if you have no friends, if you are not attractive or successful in the beginning of your life, that's the equivalent of somebody telling you the bench press 2 plates on your first set. You're like, I'm gonna die. Like I can't do it. I'm struggling, right? But if you just manage to stay alive and you get through that, every exercise after that, if you're gonna do some bicep curls, it's gonna feel light. Life is gonna feel light. So don't make the mistake of looking at those people and be like, we should actually have empathy for the people that get it all, early in life. Because and even in my personal environment, all the guys that I know that used to be the shit in high school, they're washed at 30. They're like, I'm sorry to say, but like they were not able to sustain that level because they were not ready, because they didn't know how they became popular in the first place. When you're a kid or you're a teenager, it's just because, like I said, you're good at a sport or you're good looking. But you cannot build a life or success on looks unless you're a top model. But even then, like even if you look at like if you want to get specifically into like the world of like aesthetics and modeling, like usually those girls also got bullied for being too skinny when they were younger, or they were not popular, right? Like that's a very common narrative. Same with like big jack bodybuilders and dudes that are very impressive physique wise. They started going to the gym because they were looking for a solution to make it out of their bad situation. If you already have it all at 16, you're not going to be inclined to do that. So try to remember that the turtle always wins the race. Like you don't want to peak early in life. That's the worst thing you can do. You want to have that chip on your shoulder. And then, so if you're watching this and you're in your teenage years, please understand it is only gonna get easier, and you're gonna be prepared. Like consider it like you're a goddamn samurai going through some Navy SEAL training. Like you're lucky. You've been given the chance to start off with the hardest part. You start off with a 2 plate bench. Everything after feels easy. It's gonna feel light. So that's how that's what I would say in terms of like life not going at the same pace as everyone else's. It's a marathon. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. Like even like if you want to look at my situation, I got my cancer at the age of 23, 24, something like that. And so like that's like I got cut down in my most vital stage of life, because that's like when you're 24, that's when you're like you're not an 18-year-old teenager anymore. Like you're a proper adult, but you're still super young. You still have that crazy stamina and energy. You don't get tired, and you're just like bring it on. And I got cut down. I literally got cut down. So it took me like between 24 and 28, I was just basically trying to become a human being again. Like I was reduced to being a skeleton in a wheelchair. Like I had a cable right here to help, to put food in my stomach. I had like an opening here in my throat to help me breathe, and I couldn't walk because my leg got all messed up, and they had to amputate a big part of it. So I was like, I was just like nothing. I was a pile of misery. So I started slowly building myself back up. And look at me now. I'm 35 right now. And honestly, I think I'm being objective. Like when I look around, when I look at my peers, I look way better than my fellow 35-year-olds. Like the vast majority of my friends, if not all, that are my age, dude, even like guys that I grew up with that are like 4 or 5 years younger that are 30 now, they look washed. They're out of shape. They're fat. They got thin hair because they have shitty diets. They look bad because they never had to look after their diet and look after their physique. Whereas in my position, I was like, I knew I was very early on confronted with my mortality, and by literally having body parts removed from my body, it taught me that lesson early on. Like you start looking at your body differently once they start cutting pieces out. Once you start losing body parts, you're like, oh man, like I guarantee you, no one that has not gone through that has ever thought about that. No one wakes up and is like, I'm grateful for my quad. I'm grateful for my jaw. I'm grateful for my lower back muscle or my pectoral or my, whatever, like my oblique. Like all those things got cut out. My oblique right here, it's gone. Like that's this thing right here. So it's that made me realize like, oh, this is the one thing I truly own, and I went all in on that: diet, nutrition, nootropics, vitamins, and look at me now, flexing on these boys, turning 36, looking like I'm 29. So let that be a lesson. Oh, common sense. We already got a crazy donation. Hell yeah. Thank you so much. Common sense, I appreciate you so much. You are a legend. Still in Mexico. Yup. You're looking really good. Yup. I was super popular jock in high school. Now I'm a nobody. You're right. Dude, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. People that peak in high school, they lose in life. Sorry to hear that though. Not a deep question that I need to ask. Who does your hair? I know I'm not the only one wondering. So I had this amazing barber. He's got. Well, I can. How do I? I guess I. His name is Ibra. He's Mexican, and he does all of my hair. I'll show you guys how it looks from the back. He's a magician. I don't want to turn this into a. I feel like we were on track for a great content, so I'll keep it short. Look how it looks from the back. Look at this guy. He's amazing. He's in Roma Norte. If anyone is like in the Mexico area, hit me up on email and I can send you the exact location. He is an absolute legend. Shout out to Ibra. How are you? I'm good. Nice hair. Thank you, man. Liesel, I'm 38 years old. I'm still learning and growing. Not the same person I was a year ago. There you go. You're crushing it. Thank you. True, I've seen 35 years old. Oh, 35 years old. Look older than me. Hey, common sense. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for the donation. If every person would make a monthly donation like common sense, I would be able to make so much more content and I would be even more inclined to give you guys more. So if you like the content, if you're a regular watcher, if you have any type of coffee money to spare, hit up the dollar button below the chat box and support the channel. It goes a long way and I really appreciate it. Um, Funny how you ignore YouTube questions almost like you don't want anyone else to succeed. Followed you from the beginning, donated multiple times, and bought your merch. What? What do you mean? What YouTube questions am I ignoring? That's wild. Time travel. Dude, you're breaking my heart. Please tell me what you're talking about. I have never ignored any question. I have never deleted any comment. I have never, like, dude, that's not me. You should know, especially if you got one of my T-shirts. Like then you know me well enough to know if anything, I should be more selective, and sometimes I should keep my big mouth shut. Do you know how many thousands, literally thousands of subscribers I've lost by making some like pretty wild opinionated videos? I remember I did this motivational video once, and I called it "Depression is a Myth." Dude, I lost like 4,000 people in 2 days. I'm not even kidding. Like the idea was to like hit you with a with a firebolt of motivation. And I just obviously, that's the name of the game on YouTube. You gotta get a good title to get some reaction and get some traction. But then obviously all the people that suffer from chronic depression got super upset. And yeah, they didn't even bother to watch the video. They were just like, fuck this guy. So um, yeah, that ain't me, man. I don't ignore anything. And like the floor is yours. Whatever I may have ignored, in your opinion, you have the absolute floor right now to ask me. By the way, guys, we got 11 people and 4 thumbs. That don't add up. I always say, I understand you don't got money to donate. It's all good. But a thumb does not cost a thing. It's the very least you can do. And if anything, it's common courtesy, honestly. It's a super small channel. I'm busting my ass trying to give you guys some value. Like the least thing you can do if you're a regular watcher is just like move your thumb like 1 inch and go like, ugh, the thumb. Like it's not that hard. Should be the first thing you do. And yes, it annoys me that I have to say this time and time again. Time travel. So now you okay. Sorry. Wait. Uh yeah, I know you're real, but dude, please, I'm dead serious. Ask me the question that I must have missed it. I'm very sorry, man. But ask me now. I would love to answer whatever question you have. Slap. Yo, Lorenz, like the new hairstyle, looking good. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. I'm in my prime, man. 35, and I'm peaking. It's amazing. I've manifested this for years to come, and I feel like I've arrived. Like I wake up every day realizing and feeling and knowing that this is the best form of myself yet. It is a beautiful thing to feel and realize. So time travel, you asked something, but then you deleted it. I mean, if you're deleting it, it's hard for me to answer it. Giselle, hello Denzo, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo te da Mexico City? Muy bien, mi vida. Estoy muy bien, muy contento. Me encanta la ciudad y la gente y la vibra y todo, buena onda. Muchas gracias. ¿Cómo estás tú? ¿Qué tal? Bum, bum, bum. Sorry about that. Okay. Hey, what's up, Doji? All right, guys, let's get some questions going. You know the drill. And please hit the thumb if you haven't hit the thumb yet. Once again, it's not a big deal to you, but it is to the channel. It's not. I don't care about the thumbs. It's just the algorithm. It makes a big difference in people being able to watch this live later on, whether or not you hit the thumb. Once again, I'm not expecting any financial compensation, but a thumb doesn't cost a thing. So I do kind of need that. Otherwise, like I'm literally gonna cut the live off. I'm not even playing. And I shouldn't have to say it 3 times. Like if you're a fan of this channel and you come here, like you can just hit the fucking thumb. It's not a big deal. Hey Viking, I used to watch you regularly back in 2020. Good to see you're doing well. Thank you, I appreciate that. Still here, still alive. I was just wondering if 670 views with only 23 subscribers is good. That's amazing, dude. That's more views than I get on my average video. That's super good. I deleted it because I spelled things wrong. Still love you, by the way. Yeah, dude, I never saw that question. And why would I ignore that question? I thought you were gonna ask me some wild shit about like what do you think about the conflict in the Middle East? Like that's not something. Why would I even dude? 670 views or 23 subscribers is amazing. You should be proud. That's really good, man. Common sense, very sweet dreams. I hope you dream of unicorns and castles in the sky. I'm happy to hear that, Giselle. I'm very happy to hear that. I missed you, Benzo. I missed you too, Doji. But I'm back now, though, with regular uploads. I'm literally posting every day. If it's not a short, it's a live, or I post one full, like, long format video a week. The Building a New Life series. By the way, I just posted a new Building a New Life a few days ago, so go check that out. See you very soon, Common Sense. Good night and sweet dreams. Hmm. All right, guys, let's get some questions popping. The better the question, the better the life. You know the drill. Any new good movies? Rebel Moon, Napoleon, Nolan, all my favorite directors disappointed me. Dude, I am the worst person to ask about movies. Because I don't know. The only show I've watched in recent times is Succession. I really like Succession. I know it's not a movie. Um, I don't know, man. I haven't even watched Napoleon. I haven't even watched Oppenheimer. I haven't watched Darby. I haven't watched Rebel Moon. Yo, time travel. I appreciate you, man. That is such a generous contribution, and that really means a lot to me. Thank you, man. It's wild. Like most people don't even have the empathy uh, or the how do we say that? Like they can't even muster it up a three hit on a thumb. And here you are donating $6. That means so much to me, and I do not take that for granted. So thank you so much, man. You're definitely one of the good ones, and I wish you all the best. And don't worry about the don't worry about it, man. We're good. We are more than good, dude. If you're one of the people that bought my merch back in the day, you're an OG, triple OG, OG, OG. So you already know how I feel about you. Like, there's nothing you can ever do to make me mad or disappoint me. Like, I appreciate you, man. What's up, Elena? How you doing, girl? So let me see if there's any other old questions that I could possibly answer because you guys are not really coming up with a lot of new material, are you? Mhm. So I guess more on the topic of okay. So Liesel, you also asked me about moving forward and how to stay motivated. I mean, I guess that's a classic. That's a classic kind of generic question: how to stay motivated. Um, I always feel like it's hard for people. It's like because like how do I say this? Arthur Schopenhauer. He's this very famous dark philosopher, and he would always talk about um, the thing that keeps people going is like our inherent will. It's just like the will. Like we don't even know what it is. We're just like pushed. We're just like you know. We just have this urge, this inherent, this urge inside of us to just keep going as humans. And I guess some of us have that more than others. I've always just had like it's kind of like the same question to like when people ask me like, have you ever contemplated suicide or anything like that? It's like that would never be an option regardless of my state. It's just not. I've always had that. And I don't want to sit here and give you some corny speech about like how bad do you want it? Like I don't think, to be brutally honest with you, I don't think there is anything that I can say. Like I can rile you up, I can give you some one-liners, I can give you some quotes, and I can get you going. Like that's what most public speakers and like the Tony Robinses of the world kind of bank on. Like it's kind of easy to get a rise out of people and to kind of like get them like ready to go, but I don't think that necessarily carries over into a long-term sustainable lifestyle change, right? In terms of feeling motivated, it's just like you just kind of have to ask yourself like who you want to be, and if you want it bad enough, then you're going to make a change. That no one is going to make that change for you. I always say like the universe nor the people around you care really about you. Like we're all kind of in this by ourselves. We're all running this race, by ourselves. So if you ask me like how do you stay motivated, how to stay motivated, it's more a question of the best advice I guess I could give is just figure out what it is that you organically like, because like for me, going to the gym is not hard. And that's why I always say stop giving fitness influencers and bodybuilders and gym guys credit. Like, I cringe when people talk about, like, oh, it's hard work, or like kudos to them for their hard, like they're not working hard. For people like me and people like that, like bodybuilders and gym dudes, going to the gym is the easiest thing in the world. It's literally all they want to do with their time. It's like giving somebody that loves cheeseburgers thoughts or eating cheeseburgers. Like, good on you, like you ate that cheeseburger, dog. Like, just so you should not lift people up for that. Like, if someone doesn't like the gym or is severely overweight or has a hard time, just like exercising, and they go to the gym, yes, lift them up, salute them. Those are the ones you should really like commend, because that is impressive. But if you see someone that's jacked and chiseled and has a six pack and like nice delts and shit, like they love that. It's the easiest thing in the world. Like, it's such a corny line, but there's like this, those typical memes, like typical bodybuilding silly memes. It's like you have to, what is it again? So that's like you have to motivate yourself to make it to the gym. I have to like force myself to take a rest day. It's corny, but it's true. I'm addicted to the gym. I have an addictive, or I should say, overly focused personality in certain aspects, and the gym is one of those things. Like, I need to go to the gym in order for me to feel good. Like, yesterday, I took a rest day, but it was like, I mean, I had a great day, but like, even then, I had to have a little mini conversation in my head. I was meeting a girl for brunch at 12. I woke up at 8. I was like, well, plenty of time to go hit some legs. And I was like, dude, you've already went to the gym the last 10 days straight. Like, chill out, relax, have a nice Sunday. And I had a beautiful, amazing Sunday. And it was amazing. So, and I didn't show up to the brunch all stimmed out geeking because I took 2 scoops of Total War pre-workout and some Pankat Ali. All right, guys, we got 9 thumbs. If you would like the channel, if you like the content, can you just please do me a favor and hit the thumb, like hit the thumb up, please, guys. I would appreciate that. Doji, do you remember me? I think I do. Was it easy relocating to Mexico City? Well, I have a whole video series on it that you can go and watch. It's called Building a New Life. They're on my channel, and I documented the entire journey. So I literally have spent hours vlogging the entire process. If you want to get into detail about it and see what it's like. Thank you guys for the 2 people that hit the thumb. Thank you. I appreciate it. Was it easy? No, 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 no. A lot of lonely nights, a lot of um, you know bad emotions, a lot of feelings of like, what am I doing here? A lot of solitude, a lot of dark thoughts. But then some days it feels really easy. So I don't know. Go check out the series. Overall, I would feel like the main thing is, if you want to move somewhere, you should do it through a job. Like, secure a job in that country. That's the best way. Like, don't just move somewhere and have nothing to do. Like, try to go do it through a job. The last time I saw you, you were drunk. Yeah. I'm actually, so the last video I posted, I was drunk as hell. It's called The Most Fun Activity in Mexico City. It's on my channel right now. You can go check it out. And yes, your boy was lit. Um, it's funny because the end of the video, I had a copyright strike because I was drunk rambling in the camera. Uh, but then there was a Bad Bunny song playing in the background, so I had to mute the audio in order for it to be able to be monetized. And initially, I was like, oh fuck, like damn, like I don't want to do that. But now I'm like, I'm happy I did because that was the drunk I started of the video. So it is exclusive to lip readers. Time travel. Last YouTube question, but I do find family and friends doubt you and get jealous when you start a YouTube channel. Everyone just saying I'm wasting my time. People don't want to see you succeed, I find. Do you find people doubting you also when you first started YouTube? Time travel, that's a really good question. Thank you so much. Let me tell you something. It's the people around you that will always respect you the least. I repeat, it is your friends, your family, and the people that have been around you your entire life that will never fully and truly respect you. Us humans have this really weird, strange tendency to always want to uplift strangers. Like it's just in human nature. If we see somebody making it that we don't know, we like to subscribe all these wonderful traits and qualities to them and be like, of course they made it. Look at them. They're so talented. But there's something inherently strange about when you grow up with people, when you go through the years together, it's like they see your early stages, they see you as a child. I always like to say they saw you wet your pants or in your teenage years. They saw you puke on your shoes when you had too much to drink. And because of that, something really weird happens. It's always the people around us that always are going to feel like you're the same. You didn't change. Like you're still the same guy from 15 years old in high school that puked on his shoes and that got dumped by Barbara and the whole class made fun of you. That's you. You're the same guy that got bullied. You know what I mean? There's something about that. So no matter how much you evolve, how much you grow, how much you change, you're always gonna be like, I know the real you. I know who you are. It's like that was me at 15, motherfucker. Like, you see what I'm saying? So they're never gonna give you your trust. Same with me. I can honestly say no one in my family, or even like the vast majority of my like friends that I've known my entire life, does not take my YouTube channel serious, nor do they watch it, nor do they respect it, nor do they give me props for it. And I've just come to accept that. Like, initially, I definitely had some resentment, some typical "I'm gonna show them" type of thing. Like I figured out why they are the way they are, um, and you're just never gonna get that validation from the people around you. The same with your parents. Like your parents are proud of you, but they're never gonna really respect you because they look at you like a baby, like a kid. It's like my mom to this day, and she's the most important person in my world, and she loves me more than anything. But she'll never take me serious as a public speaker or a YouTuber or anything like that because I'm a little baby boy. You know what I mean? So ignore that. It's fine. It's just human nature. Like a great example is I remember when Michael Jackson, he used to be in a group with his siblings called the Jackson Five, and there's some interview where basically like it's like Tito, and well, the point is his siblings were like, he's not all that. He's not a good singer. He's not a good dancer. Like, why are you guys making such a big deal about Michael? Because so even Michael fucking Jackson was not respected by his own siblings. So that should like I remember finding out about that, and it was like, okay, that makes sense. So I hope I gave you some a good answer. Time travel. But do you still progress in the gym, like adding weights, or did you peak? I'm still progressing, mainly in my leg area, I would say, but also upper chest. I've got more upper chest. But yeah, like my legs were still going up. And no, I would say honestly, everything. If you're a natural lifter, your body takes a really long time to get that muscle maturity. Like I'm more than 16, 17 years into the game of bodybuilding, lifting weights. And now I'm really starting to notice I had that like grainy muscle maturity. Um, I feel like I'm still advancing very much, and I'm still making strength gains, and that's one of the best ways to actually objectively gauge progress. The number, like A stronger muscle is a bigger muscle. So, yep, still progressing. Just got back to working out again. I'm loving it. Definitely feeling the effects and sleeping so much better. I'm very happy to hear that, Liesel. Awesome. Get it. Go get it in the gym. Anything you do, everything you do is a bonus. I have a younger brother I really care about. We're orphans. He really cares less and has an attitude that is making my life difficult. I don't want to shy him away. What should I do? He never listens to me, and I can see he's continuously making wrong decisions. Gaurav, I'm going to give you some advice because you asked for it. Never in your life give advice. I'll say that again. Never, ever give advice to people unless they literally and specifically ask for it or they're paying you for it. If it's none of these two, do not give advice. People do not want to hear it. They do not care. They're not going to listen. You're wasting your energy. You're wasting your time. And they'll actually end up resenting you for it. I know it's wild. That's how it works. To be brutally honest, he's got to figure it out on his own. Let him fall on his face. Let him fuck up his life until he is ready and willing to listen to others and ask for help and try and improve his life. Nothing's gonna happen. And you can nag him. You can come with all your best intentions, and I know he's your family, but it doesn't matter. All right. You're not going to change his habits. You're not going to have an impact on him. It's not going to get through until he's ready to listen to himself. It has to come from him. He has to come to you, or in general, he has to adopt an attitude where it's like, I'm ready to change things. And then you can give advice. Until then, let it be, baby. Let him crash and burn. If he dies, he dies. You helped so many people. Thank you, Samalina. I appreciate that. When you become famous, I bet they will all say, I knew it, congratulations, looking for hands out. Thanks for the great answer on the previous question. That's funny. I got a really good anecdote on that one, time travel. By the way, thank you, time travel. Not only are you sent some very generous tips, but you're also actually making this live a lot better because you're coming with good stuff. I'll tell you a funny story. You guys remember that video? I was traveling through Colombia and I made this video called um, "Play This at My Funeral." It was like a very hard-hitting, hardcore motivational video where I like edited all parts of me having cancer, and it was like like past and present intertwined, and I mean, I'm sure most of you have seen that video. It was like 3 minutes. I put like a nice little emo, background music on it, and I narrated it. It was good. Like, I mean, not something I would make today, but at the time, like, and I knew that it would fit the formula of what YouTube was looking for. It had a good thumbnail. It had a good, like, captivating title because it implied that I was gonna die or already died. Um, and it was not too long. And we all know the average YouTube watcher has the attention span of a goldfish. So I really made that to blow up. And the cool part is it actually completely blew up. It's by far my most watched viral video. So I think right now it's at, I want to say, 800,000 views, so close to a million. But the story goes, that video started blowing up like insane, and so the algorithm was just like pushing out this video to everybody in the world, and so my views were like skyrocketing. And two of my friends, two of my real life friends, they took note of this, and all of a sudden I open my phone and there's a new WhatsApp group, and it's called Teen Benzo to the Moon. I'm not like, I still have it. I can literally, you know what? Let me see if I can show you guys without like exposing them. Yeah, like, okay. It's hard to show it, but like, if I'm gonna wait. We're gonna take a screenshot of it and like crop it. Okay. So I'm gonna show you guys. So I'm not making this up, right? So I open my phone, and all of a sudden, check it out. Team Denzo to the moon, and that's all. And so they made this group, and they're like, dude, like your video is going crazy. Like, and the whole idea was to kind of like track the progress of the views, and yeah, like you said, like when you're famous, I bet they'll come around. And so that was a thing for a couple of days, and I had to laugh. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love those guys. They're actually both really good friends, and they're really great people. Like I love them legitimately. So don't I'm not shitting on them or anything, but I did think it was funny that that happened at that time. And of course, at some point, the video slowed down. And needless to say, there hasn't been a post in the Team Denzo group for about maybe 3 years. So yeah, yes. Um, should this channel ever go absolutely viral again, I'm pretty sure that people would take note and that they want to like tag along and attach their cart to the locomotive. But yeah, it is what it is. What should You can lead a horse to water, you can't make it drink. That's one of my favorite sayings. I literally told a friend of mine that yesterday. You can take him to the water, you can't make him drink. So yeah, that's a great question, man. Thank you. Okay, we're 41 minutes in. Guys, um, let's get some more questions going before we wrap it up. I feel like this has been a really good live so far. I'm very happy with all your contributions. I'll take the opportunity to say if any one of you is looking to reset their life, if you want to work on that, you can hire me. Okay, so I offer that service. I am working with clients on the daily. And if you're looking to get in touch with me, to hire me, to turn your life around, you can send me an email at this address right here. Okay? Just send me an email. We can talk about it. And the way I operate is through video calls. Also, if you haven't hit the thumb yet on the video, please click the thumb. And if you have coffee money to spare and you want to donate to the channel, feel free to click on the dollar sign below the chat box. You can send over $1. Any contribution is much appreciated. And I think those are my three commercial messages that I have to plug every now and then. But yeah, understand, guys. I'm not making any money through this channel at all. Like, it's literally no money. So like, I'm doing this to try and make a difference in the world. So if you do appreciate it, and if you have it to spare, it would always be cool for you guys to support it. And in the meantime, feel free to ask anything so we can wrap it up and conclude this live. But I already feel like we had a really good one so far, so definitely happy with the results. So shout out to the people who have asked good questions. Thanks, man. Means a lot to me. He's my brother's responsibility. I can't let him ruin his life. He's destroying our financial resources. Yeah, that's not good. Gotta get rid of that. That's not good at all. Do you do any spiritual practices like meditation or prayer to commune with your higher power? My main method of like winding down and processing everything and like um, taking care of my mental health is walking. So I tend, and that way I also hit my cardio, and I'm able to remain in a relative lean state physique wise while still trying to bulk and eat a lot. So I walk about 2 hours every day. I'll be going on a walk after this. On average, I hit about 12 kilometers a day. Um, and that's just like, I just found like me walking with some music on, it just like lowers everything and it really just helps me put everything into perspective. And I don't know, anytime I'm stressed or I feel like anxious or I feel like overwhelmed, I go for a walk and everything is just better after that. So it's amazing. Yeah, I cannot recommend that enough. Um, Mental health benefits, cardiovascular benefits, benefits galore. Absolutely. Yeah, but Gaurav, about your brother, like, also your mother has to understand that at some point she has to like let him be an adult. So I don't know how old he is, but if he's destroying your financial resources, like you gotta do something. That's not acceptable. Okay, guys, we're 36 minutes in. I feel like we've done a good job together, all of us. It's last call in terms of you have any questions. This is your moment. If you have not clicked the like button yet, please do so now. This would be your moment to do it. Um, and otherwise, I'm about to wrap this one up. Also, don't forget to go check out the Building a New Life series that I'm posting on my channel. Most people will have given up the life you had. Your journey has been amazing, and you should be at 1 million subs. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that time travel. Like obviously, I've had many times where I'm like, I'm definitely underrated. I should have more views and more subs and yada yada yada. But then again, I'm like, at the end of the day, like, what am I doing it for? And I feel like the biggest value of this entire channel is in me. Like, if I've changed the lives of 100 people, that's still an incredible success. So that's first and foremost. I think we have become desensitized to the numbers in the social media area. Like it's like no one, like a million views means nothing anymore. 1,000 views is a flop. It's like if you put 1,000 people on a football field and it's like they're all watching you, like you would be like, holy, like not even, forget 1,000. You put 200 people on a football field and be like they're all watching you. It's like that's wild. But somehow we have kind of like dehumanized people through like the internet and views and it's like oh it's nothing. It's like it's a lot. So I try to remind myself. Um, I still wholeheartedly believe this channel is gonna completely explode one day. I believe cream always rises to the top, so I still believe it's gonna happen. But even if it doesn't, I think there's also an immense amount of value in it in terms of when I'm older, when I'm colder, when I'm a grumpy old man, and hopefully I'll have some kids, and I'm looking at them like they're crazy and I can't believe what they're doing and saying. I want to be able to go back to my videos and be like, oh, that's how I used to think at age 27, 28, 30. You know what I mean? Kind of keep this as like a video diary, if you will, to hold myself accountable for the thoughts and ideas and beliefs I had when I was younger, so I don't condemn or judge them when I'm older, and I'll be able to kind of like put myself in that position again, you and also to top it off, I think this is a nice way to end it. Just like you never know when your time is up. Might be today, might be tomorrow, might be in 30 minutes after me closing down this live and going outside for a walk and getting hit by some crazy truck. Um, but then I will have left my mark. I will have left my legacy. It's all out here for you guys to see. So, yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all. Don't forget lorenz.dries at gmail.com if you want to reach out. And Thank you for joining me today. Have a beautiful day. Bye bye.